Thank you so much for having me here. Karndee Leopairote. As Alvin mentions, I work in the area of foresight research and also in terms of digital transformations. That's why I get involved into phenomena and other work scenes that we have out here. So it's really privileged to be here, and I always love to share what I learned, my experience. It's more like you try to imagine the possibility in the futures, and then backcasting back to what you need to do today to be able to be ready for the future, which is a future-proof. We try to make the future-proof organizations. One of the proof points that we had, I was a consultant with the Magnolia Quality Development back then in 2018. I wasn't joined a full-time job just yet. So we did some research on what's going to be like, what is a new buyer just like me 10 years from now would need. One of the statements we said is green is a new gold. What I see the beauty of digital assets starting in 2016, I believe. When I first heard about Bitcoin, but which is essentially I heard about Bitcoin a long time before, it's 2004, didn't really care about it until the adoption of the blockchain technology become more widespread or even easier to access. The idea of digital asset is now your asset is not just the cash in your account, not the stock or the IP, but anything can tokenize it and can be classified as asset. Back then we were talking about if your health data right now, you actually pay for someone to access your own health data, right? But your health data is actually belong to you. But if this can be presented in a digital asset form, now you can trade or transfer and you get some return on it. Cryptocurrency, I have different mindset. I don't see as a long-term saving for anyone, but I see as a stake of it to make sure that you're ready once the new innovation comes in. Today's and before, the service that being provided are more like a bulk buy because we take advantage of economy of scales. But now technology and innovations out there allowed us to be more fractional, more personalized and individualized with the service. So I would believe that each of even the large institutions will go into that direction. And that's one trend in terms of technology help us. And at the same time, consumers ourselves are very unique. If you're looking at my generation, which is Gen X, we kind of have similarity. Gen Y, but Gen Z, like you guys have a very uniqueness in so many levels. The way we analyze it, we can't put people in segments anymore. The segment is now a segment of one. So to answer your question, yes, it's from both push and pull, demand and supply, to go into that personalization approach. Yes. Chinese technology is very advanced, and I can kind of play a bit on it. That's now it's actually more advanced than the United States. You know why? Because the law in China about the data and privacy is no such things. As opposed to the Western that, oh, you can't use your data and this and that. China can produce and utilize their own data in the massive scales, and people willingly give out the data to be the breakfast of AI. When we in the boardroom in EDA, we also talked about Thailand, which is we are in the middle. We need to be prepared for two type of infrastructure. One is the Western technology infrastructure, and also the Chinese infrastructure. So it's going to be two, just like iPhone and Android. You will need to explore what you want to be first, because the subject that you learn is so many, it's so broad. And the way that we learn the knowledge is not just in school, university only. It comes from work, it comes from trying out and make mistakes and come back and relearn it. That's what I would like to tell myself. Yeah. So having this activity, leading the things, so what exactly do you do right now is, that's why I'm so proud of you, and I would love always to share with you guys, because to learn out of the box or out of the systems is also important. Another thing that because I was so focused on getting to from high school to university, I did look outside, but there are more people out there willing to be your mentor, or out of the blue reach out to them, to him, to her, and ask for advice.